Boys, welcome back. We have to have a chat. We've got to talk. But after this, flat white. Come to a place in Bondi Beach, Sydney, Australia. I'm just sitting down and having a coffee. And this is a concept that I've had for the past week in my head. And we're going to talk about that today. Which is simply, what I wrote in my journal was, become the CEO of your own life. The reason I say this is because, and the example I'm about to give can only apply to my own personal experiences. And from there, if you relate to it, firstly, you're the exact kind of person that I'm speaking to and I want to help. And secondly, this is going to really, really help you out. So I went through 3 years ago, I found this thing called online businesses. And I was like, yo, you can make money online. I didn't know about this stuff. You know, I always thought it was companies and trading or cryptocurrency and stuff. I never thought I, as some random civilian of modern society at the age of 19, could go on the internet, build a business, and then make money from it. I didn't know about this. So I found out about this through YouTube by watching YouTubers and content creators about like business and stuff. And then I developed this obsession of wanting to build a business, the perfect business. I never really got anywhere. Now, the reasons why I never got anywhere won't really be explained in this video, but I'll share with you a few of them anyway. When I started YouTube 3 years ago, I wanted to be successful as fast as possible, and anytime that I didn't receive that success, if I didn't get enough views, if I didn't get enough likes or whatever, I would be disheartened. I'd be affected by that. You know, that would piss me off. That would be like, oh man, that's just another day I have to go to fucking work and clock in and I don't like doing this stuff. And you know, it would be like 5 p.m. afternoon on a beautiful sunny day and I'd be at work working. I'd just be thinking to myself like, fuck, what do I have to do to get to a point where I can just be watching the sunset at 5 p.m. instead of being called to work? What do I have to do to get to a point where I can just wake up 5 o'clock every single time in the morning and just do whatever I want? Because what I do now as my job is I run a family business. So we've got a family cafe and I run that. And so we close around like 11:30, 10:30 at night. And all this time, I've never really gotten anywhere. I've been affected by these random different things. But then I realized, wait, hold on. I'm trying to put all this effort in. I'm just going to put this here, guys. I hope you can still hear me. I think you can. So I've been putting all this effort into, I'll put it this way, right? I'm 23 years old. And I'm only level 10 in life. The video game example, I love this shit, right? Because I've been a video gamer for like my entire life. And this kind of topic, like leveling up, RPG, whatever, I always loved. And I always loved leveling up in games. I'll start with that actually. So as a gamer, I've always played games where you would level up. Skyrim, Fallout 4, any Paradox games where you can create a city and whatnot, like Stellaris, Crusader Kings 3, Europa Universalis 4 and 5, Victoria 3, City Skylines, Minecraft, Diablo 3 and 4, Path of Exile. I've always played these games where you've either got a country, an empire, or a player, and you get to see the progression of this country or player over time as you make decisions and as you start to make investments. Wow. And I would go from like a level 1 guy to a level 100, but then I'd start again and I'd do, all right, I'm going to start with level 1 this time, but I'm going to get to level 80 and I'm going to be a warrior or some shit. The thing is, it's an amazing feedback loop. It's an incredible feedback loop. Because you do this hard thing in the game, right? You do this, like, for example, there's a mission, there's a level. You do this hard thing, you struggle a bit, there's a bit of pain, maybe you die a few times, you respawn. And then once you're finished, your screen lights up with rewards. It's like, hey, congratulations, you just leveled up. You just passed this. You've unlocked this achievement.
You did what?
And that is the perfect feedback loop of hard work and then reward, hard work and then reward, hard work and then reward.
Okay.
But the thing is, all this hard work is going into something that does not matter. And the rewards are rewards that absolutely do not matter. Think about it. Does your life change when you complete a game? It doesn't. It absolutely doesn't.
Like you will say,
What the fuck? Fuck off.
you will suddenly accept.
Now, instead of spending all this time as from the age of 15 to about 22, 23, that I've put into video games and I've got absolutely nothing. Imagine at the age of 15, I had started putting in all this effort into my own self, into my own development, into the business of Thailand, into the business of me. Imagine if by the age of 16 or 18, if I was lucky enough to find this content and to be this mature, that young, I decided to become the CEO of my own company, of my own life, of my own self, Thailand. And I started to look at my life exactly the way a video game is designed.
Not bad.
So I cut up every single part of my life. So we've got fitness, we're talking about charisma, health and fitness, different things, right? Knowledge, culture, history, social skills, charisma, thinking skills, writing skills. If I had, divided all of these things into subcategories of my own life, and I decided, you know what, okay, here I am in the month of March. All I'm going to do is focus on the skill tree of, let's say, charisma. And I'm going to focus on the skill tree of health next month. Or, you know what, I decided the entirety of this year, the main skill that I'm going to improve is my fitness. And then on top of that, I've got 3 other things that I'm improving. By the time, so I'm 18, by the time I got to 30 years old, I would have gained so much experience, so much life experience, so many skill points. I would have unlocked so many different skill trees and levels and little perks and abilities. But by the time I'm 30, I'm looking at my life and it's clear. Well, what's clear? Well, remember how we spoke about video games and how you go through all of this hard work and you get the rewards quite immediately. You get the rewards like straight up. You win and here's a reward. You win and here's a reward. Amazing. With life, it's not like that. With life, you win today, you won't get the results till like 2 months later, right? It's very simple. Think about it this way. You go to the gym today, you work out as hard as you want. That muscle is not going to be built straight after the gym. I would be absolutely delirious if I worked out for 2 hours and then I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, why don't I have any muscles yet? That's delirium, right? That's absolute psychopathy, if that's even a word. Life works in a very similar way where you do the hard things today and there is no pop-up, there is no sound effect, there is nobody coming to congratulate you. You go to the gym today, no one's going to congratulate you. You go to work today, no one's going to congratulate you. You learn a new skill, sure, they might be happy for like a day, but it doesn't work that way until you go through the hard yards, the pain of learning a completely different language, for example. Let's say you're learning Thai. I love Thai. You learn it. You go through, you put in all the hard work. You don't get any rewards. 2 years later, when you've put in all the work, you've become more fluent in it, you go to Thailand and you start to speak to people in their own language, the rewards are clear. It only took you 2 years though. There is a delayed effect. You go to Thailand, you start talking Thai to people, they're more welcoming, they treat you better, they give you special deals because that's just how it happens, right? You talk somebody else's language when you're not a part of their culture, they're very happy about it.
Yep. Okay.
Now, similarly, let's talk about something a bit more grounded in, let's say, life. Let's say like things that young men actually want. For example, building a physique. Again, you could go to the gym for 6 to 12 months straight, have all your food in order, have all your supplements in order, you will not see the benefits of that for at least another year. Why? Muscle is being built, your character is being developed, your self-image is being shaped and sculpted every single moment that you go to the gym. Up until a year later, 2 years later, you wake up in the morning, you're about to go on your normal day, right? You're about to go to the gym, whatever. You walk past the mirror and then you see, holy shit, I've got some shoulders. Holy shit, I look good. You know, I'm looking good. I'm pretty proud of that. And then you see, oh shit, this is how life works. There's always a delayed reward for the hard work that you put in today. Now, similarly with business, I mean, especially with YouTube, right, or content creation in general, you could start doing content creation today. Nothing will happen for most people for like a year or two. And then, out of nowhere, suddenly, you'll wake up one day, you'll decide, you know what, I'm just gonna record a video like I always do. It's just another Tuesday. I'll record a video. I won't even edit it, I'll upload it. And then the next day, it's got millions of views, hundreds of thousands of views. And you're like, holy shit, where did this come from? It wasn't random. It was a culmination of, listen very carefully, the social skills that you improved while recording 350 videos on camera. The amount of times you fucked up and you still decided to stay patient. The amount of times that things did not seem to be working, yet you still persevered. The first video quality compared to the 300th video quality. There has been improvements. Now, you haven't seen the rewards of these, right? For example, creating a shit video and then creating an amazing video the next day, you won't see the rewards of these. But then overdoing it, as you're doing it over a year, over 2 years, you come to that second year point. What happens is, firstly, that video has absolutely popped off and you think it's random, but it's not. Again, it's the culmination of everything that you have been working on and improving up until this point that has allowed that video to pop off. But also, now you're getting messages from people and they're saying, oh dude, the quality is amazing, the audio is amazing, the advice is amazing, the production is amazing, everything is great. People start liking, people start commenting. You might think, it might seem to people that's overnight success. There is no such thing as overnight success unless you're winning the lotto or somebody rich in your family has died. That's the only way. I'm starting to see the effects of this in real time. Kid you not, like real time. So, I don't know, about 3 or 5 years ago, I started going to the gym and I was slacking off. I was not consistent at all. Then, just recently, I've been taking it a bit more seriously, taking my tan a bit more seriously, my facial, my skincare and all that kind of stuff. And the results are speaking the results speak for themselves. Not to blow smoke up my own ass, but like I mentioned earlier, I work at a family cafe. And it's a hospitality business, so there's a lot of customer service, there's people coming in, young people, whatnot. I speak to them. Now, when I first started work at the age of 15, 16, my social skills were horrible. Now, I've come to a point where I can talk to anybody, in person, out in public, strangers, their customers, whatever, and I'm super confident. I'm giving out good energy and I'm getting compliments back, right? People are complimenting me on my looks, on my social skills, on my customer service. Like, we stack up a lot of reviews on Google Maps simply because of our customer service. But I didn't get to this point randomly. I wasn't born as a speaker. I was the most anxious kid in school. I used to sit at the back of the class, not because I'm some troublemaker, not because I'm the class clown, but simply because I didn't want any attention on me. I'd put just, in school, so we'd wear this jumper and then you had cable earphones at the time. So you'd put the cable earphone, but you would like send it through the sleeve of your arm and then you just do this and you'd be listening to music and you pretend like you're sleeping or you're listening to the teacher. That's the kind of student that I was. I just sit at the back reading my own book or drawing random shit, just trying to pass time. I never raised my hand, never asked questions, never rocked the boat, if you will. I've done the hard yards of like, all right, look, I can't hold eye contact. I can't do this. I can't do that. I stumble. I overthink everything. So I went through the hard yards. I went, failed multiple times, talked to people, random people. And only recently now I can see the benefits of that. Just like a business, just like an investment that you would make. You make an investment in a property today. You don't just sell it tomorrow. You don't sell it 6 months later. You wait a few years. If you're investing in property, you wait 10 years and the property prices have fucking surged.
What next?
That's the biggest thing that life, video games or social media has fucked up in young men's minds, is that when you do something hard or disciplined today, that you should get a reward immediately for it. It's the biggest thing. And as a result, we are more erratic, we are more anxious. When things don't go our way, we give up hope. When we can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, we lose hope and we withdraw to bad habits, to self-destructive habits, to other things. But the reality of life, the reality of business is that what you do today, you will not see the returns of that for a few months, maybe even a few years. Now, then here comes the other part of this whole concept. We've been led to believe that when you get to the age of 30, if you don't have X, Y, and Z, you're a failure. Which is why so many young guys want to be like successful by the age of 22, 23. Oh, I got to make the 10K a month. I want millions of dollars at the age of 18, 19. I'm going to do whatever I can. They'll just jump into ridiculous business models, drop shipping, crypto, random shit, just to make as much money as possible, to not feel like they're old at the age of 30, to not feel like they're behind at the age of 30. 30, and I've been watching a lot of content about this. If you guys don't know First Man, Chris from First Man, the one end, highly recommend you watch his content. His perspective has really changed my perspective on being 30 as well. I'm 23 now. I've got 7 years to invest into the CEO of Thailand. By the time I get to 30, if I've done all the right things, if I've exercised, focused on my fitness, eating clean, right? Getting sunlight, working on my business, reading, educating myself, maxing out skill trees, unlocking new perks, whatever. By the time I get to 30, I'm still going to be young as fuck. I'm still going to be energetic as fuck, right? I mean, the only reason you should be afraid of getting to 30 is if you're overweight, if you've got nothing going for you, if you've got disease, back pain. Otherwise, there is no reason. Like, it's the same. If you made an investment today and 10 years later, you wouldn't be scared to take it out unless you made the bad investment, right? If you made an incredible investment 10 years ago and today, 10 years later, that investment was worth millions of dollars, you wouldn't feel bad about selling it. You probably sell it. You'd probably cash out. You'd probably, get the rewards of that. If you know you made a great investment today, you wouldn't be scared about the next 10, 15, 20 years because you know it's a great investment. The only reason us as young guys would be scared of getting to the age of 30 is if we know we are making terrible investments at the age of 20, 21, 23, 24. That's the only reason. If we're drinking all the time, we're taking drugs all the time, we're just sleeping around and wasting time and wasting money and doing stupid shit and not going to the gym, not working on ourselves, not reading, educating ourselves, talking to people, well then, yeah, I'd be shitless scared of getting to 30 as well with back pain and fucking wrinkles and losing my hair and, feeling old and feeling tired. But if you looked, and let's say you're 20 or 23, we'll say 23 for the sake of, because I'm 23. If you know you're doing all the right things, right? You're going out. You're waking up on time. You're sleeping on time. You're eating clean food. You're doing your research. You're reading, educating yourself. You're always trying to become better every single day. If you're going to the gym, you're focused on your fitness, build a nice physique. If you've been spending up until the age of 30, from 23 to 37 years, if you've been spending all that time trying to build businesses, trying to level up your career, trying to do whatever, as long as you're trying to make good investments, why would you be afraid by the time you get to 30? There is absolutely nothing to be afraid of, right? Because again, you know you've made all the right decisions and it is only a matter of time. It's just a waiting game. That's all it is. It's just a waiting game. I don't live here, but I live in Sydney. But I've just come to Bondi Beach. And I won't say nobody would have guessed, but nobody would have guessed that Bondi Beach would be the #1 tourist destination of the world. The #1 beach in the world. This is the most popular beach in the entire world. Now, if you had known that this was going to be the most popular beach in the entire world 50 years ago, and you made an investment 50 years ago to buy property around here,
Yeah, the place.
would you be afraid? Would you be like anxious? Would you be looking and like shaking every day and thinking, oh, I don't want time to go by? No, you would be looking forward for the future, because 50 years later, guess what? That investment that you made for, God knows, $100,000 is now worth, God knows, $5 million.
Well,
The average house around Bondi right now sells for around $2.5 million. 1 to 2 bedrooms house, guys. Australian dollars. That's like 4 million euros. That's almost 4.5 million pounds. That's almost 3.5 million US dollars. That's the way I need you, and I want you to think about your own life. If you know deep down inside, without bullshitting yourself, without coping, that, hey, okay, I'm gonna start to take shit a bit more seriously, then that doesn't mean you can't enjoy life. Like, guys, I'm at Bondi Beach. I'm sitting at a cafe. I'm flat white and I'm working. I'm just recording a video. I don't have to isolate myself. I don't have to fucking, what's it called? I don't have to become a masochist, right? Somebody that hurts themselves and enjoys it. Like, come on, there's nothing romantic about that. You can absolutely enjoy your life while being serious about your life too. If you know deep down inside, you're making all the right decisions, you're trying your best, you're making the right investments, you're investing in your social skills, you're investing in your looks, physically, your muscle, your definition, you're investing in your clothes, your style, you're investing in your own education, you're willingly learning things, then why the fuck would you be scared about getting to 30 years old? And if that's the case, then what's the rush? What is the rush about this whole, oh, I gotta make money now, I gotta be successful now. I'm not saying this to convince you to be slower. I'm not saying this to, take it easy, don't work, don't be so serious, don't it's okay guys, go out and drink, go enjoy. Like, I don't drink, I don't do any of that stuff. Personally, this is the most fun, fulfilling fun for me. Being outdoors, wherever I choose, being able to work from wherever I want. This is the most fun thing for me. So I'm serious and I'm enjoying life as well. If this is the case, what is the rush for me? Anytime you rush, I'll put it this way, anytime we rush, we're not in the present moment, are we? If you're always rushing to work, like for example, this is the best example, you're always rushing to work. Every single day, you wake up, you rush to work, you wake up, you rush to work.
Yeah.
Chances are you've never actually walked or looked around on your way to work and seen and really absorbed the surroundings.
Might be in
We've always
the time.
not indulged ourselves in the present moment. So we've always existed in a future or a past. We're always thinking about the past or the future of this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. What I'm trying to say is, you have absolutely nothing to worry about getting to your 30s if you're young. You have absolutely nothing to worry about getting to your 30s. If you're doing the right things, if you're building your business, the business of you, and the business of whatever you want to do every single day. You're learning, you're educating yourself, you're failing and you're learning from those mistakes. You're always looking for opportunity. You're keeping yourself accountable. You're keeping yourself disciplined. There is absolutely nothing to be afraid of. You're not missing out on anything. You're not there is nothing to be afraid of. You get to 30 years old, and then all the things that you've been doing up until this point, just like an explosion, everything you will get rewarded for. You'll be in the best health of your life for a 30-year-old person. You'll be looking like you're 23 at the age of 30. You'll be more educated than ever. You'll be more experienced than ever. You will be higher level than you've ever been. You'll have more opportunities for yourself. You'll be more grounded. You will know yourself more. You will have learned more. You'll become a more total character, a more developed person. And if that's the case, why is that scary? When I think about this way, I'm excited for the future. But again, if all we've been doing is making the wrong decisions, then yeah, absolutely, I can understand why somebody would be scared to getting to 30. Now that we've established that, then my question to you is, why can't you enjoy it? Why can't you make the most of it? If, again, we know that, okay, by this time, by the age of 30, that gives me 10 or 7 years to make incredible investments every single day on my own health or my future, and you know that these are good investments, then why wouldn't you try to enjoy the process along the way? Why wouldn't you want to come out to a place like this and work from here? Why wouldn't you want to, you can still go out on the weekend, if that's your thing, and have a coffee, go out for dinner. You can absolutely still do these things. You can enjoy the work as well. The process of working, the process of coming up with ideas, of iterating, of trying different projects. You can absolutely enjoy the process as well. That's one of the biggest things I've been trying to put on myself, because every single time I've not enjoyed the process and I've rushed for success, I have made bad decisions. That's the biggest reason why, as I mentioned at the start of the video, I did this YouTube thing 3-4 years ago and I've never gotten any success because I have always rushed. I've never enjoyed the process. I've started to hate it. I've started to become bitter. And I would make videos where I'm angry, or I'm just like, I've got to make this video so that it does well. But it's never done well, because I've come from a lower state of consciousness. I've come from a state of anger, of lack of desire, of lust, of insecurity. I have never attacked it from a higher state of consciousness, of love, of gratitude, of X, Y, and Z, whatever other states of emotions there are. I think we'll leave it there. I've got absolutely nothing to worry about. Shit will go wrong, problems will happen, things will go wrong, things might not go my way or your way. But I'll end the video here. You and I, we both know, we're making the right decisions today. We're making all the right investments today. So I can let go with complete peace of mind, knowing that, okay, 7 years later, by the time I'm 30, I will have everything that I worked for. All I have to do is just keep doing it for 7 more years. That's it. And guess what? If I just keep doing the right things for 7 more years, I can also enjoy myself, because I know I'm doing the right things, and I know eventually by 7 years later, I will get to that point where I've got, everything that I wanted. Well, then I can enjoy the moment as well. I can still go to the beach on a Sunday and tan and do some yoga on the beach. I can still go and take a camping trip for 2 days. I can still go and watch the sunset every night. That's not a problem. I can still go out for a coffee with my friends in the morning, at night. That's not a problem, as long as I am doing the right things. And I can let go of that You know, when is everything going to work out for me? Am I ever going to be successful? You know, I can let go of questioning myself. I can let go of feeling anxious about myself or doubting myself. I can let go of doubting myself. What is there to doubt if you know you're doing the right things? What is there to question? What is there to not believe in if you know that you are doing the right things and these right things will get you to that point? Simple as that.
That is problem.